All right, Mr. and Mrs. YouTube, are you all there? And your kids and the little YouTube people? Isn't YouTube unbelievable that you can go online? I mean, I have an addiction, I'll confess. So for those of you watching, you probably know we just closed the cart, bye-bye, for our school that only happens twice a year. That would be in September and January. And we are on September the 7th. What are we on? September the 7th today. But only also twice a year does interview come online. Interview. What is interview? What is interview? It's a half price. I wish we could just do like a 50% off, like a big red sign. 50% off. It's a half off opportunity to take level 1 for $500, and you get the same class. You just don't get the mentor. So it's a self-study. You dive into yourself. We call it interview because you're going to go like this. Interview. There's Deb. Deb, you look like a Gemini. You study your own chart. You get to know you. You fall in love with you right in front of your own eyes. Level 1, ready? Elemental distribution. Level 2, class number 2. What's my mind doing? Oh, I wish I could tell my mind to be quiet. Level 3, class number 3, take a break. Go study the 12 signs. Go study the planets. Get all this download. Class number 3, North Node. Now you're studying your shadow. Ooh. And then last is Saturn, the most important planet. Saturn is the planet of life lessons, the most important thing. So let me tell you what you do in interview. If you're stuck, if you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're overweight, people lose weight taking interview. Is that funny? Yeah. Carrie, she found out about Saturn return and she worried like a little fretter. You find out when your Saturn return is. Yeah, all you did was, I just remember. So I'm like, oh my God, why were you so worried?
Because I sat in the very first class that you taught where everybody said their mom died or they lost people that they love. It was scary.
Saturn return, the very first class I taught you were in?
Yeah.
That would be
I was here like Vanna. I brought up all the charts and everything at the very beginning.
Oh my God. And that was it was 2015?
Yep. There were 30 people in the class.
That's so cute. Oh my God. Well, that was the first class in person. That's the cutest story. Just the memory makes me happy. I feel like I was wearing a little outfit because I was a teacher and you gave me an apple. But then fast forward now, we made this class up called Interview, where you come into the class by yourself, learn at your own schedule if you're a single mom, if you are working strange hours, if you're not working at all and you don't want to wait for the whole 6 weeks, you want to teach yourself astrology, you can teach yourself astrology shorter than you regularly do because it's a self-study program. When it comes time for October to do level 2, you could jump right in. So you get level 1 for half price. You take a little test to make sure you did your homework, because we can tell, by the way. We can tell in Rizuku if you did your homework or not. So there'll be no fooling us. Then you come into level 2 at the full price, but you've only paid for level 1 half price. And we have lots of people that do interview that are really good students, and they change their lives by an online classroom. I mean, I could really just sell this, but the mentor is kind of fun because they study your chart and they know all about you and things like that. So you can either take interview now. How long is the card open?
Through Thursday, the 10th.
So just for 4 days.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for $500. Now here's what you could do. There's only, is the payment plan just 2? They can do?
Nope, there's a payment plan that's 3 monthly payments of $170.
Oh, okay, $170 a month for the next 3 months. September, October, November. Leaves you free for Christmas. At that point, you know what you can give away for Christmas presents? People, you could tell them. That's the cool thing about level 1 as an interview student. You get so much information and you're so ready to play astrology. And you don't have to know anything, by the way. You could be a total complete beginner. Or ready, if you're watching me and you've just turned on YouTube, Mr. and Mrs. YouTube, are you there? And you've been reading Linda Goodman's Sun Signs, or you've been listening to astrologers, and now you wish you could learn, but you think, I could never do it. Yes, you can. Me and Obama. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you can learn it really quickly and very easily online on interview for $500 by Thursday. And at the end of that, if you say, you know what, I'm in love with astrology, welcome to us, then all you have to do is take it again in January if you want to take the whole first thing, or you could skip right to level 2 in October. I mean, this is kind of a deal. It's a 50% off because you don't have a mentor. So we're not paying the mentor, we're just giving you the goods, the real goods, which are videos and they are PDFs. You get a when you take the interview, we are going to send you a file this big that you could take over to Kinko's, and you'll have an entire astrology book. We should not leave that out. That will tell you the planets, the houses. You get everything in level 1, right, Carrie?
Yes, that's true. And also a
Yeah.
Facebook group. So if you do have questions, you can go to the Facebook group and ask there.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. YouTube. You can go to Facebook, even though you're a YouTube person, or you can if let's say you take the class and you're on the 3rd class, you're on the North Node, and you're like, this is really deep. Then you can call one of our mentors for $100 and they will give you an hour class on Zoom and study your chart. Yeah, and that's because you couldn't afford 1,000, April. You can afford 500, especially with 3 payments, $179 a month.
170 a month.
I could have done that when I was a single mom for a long time. I could have done 170 a month. And then the thing is, this is a career option. I wanted you all to know that. You finish level 1 and you become a drug addict. You become addicted to astrology. Nicely. And then you start studying like a crazy person. And then you take level 2 and we give you the script in level 2 of how to do a reading. And I am not kidding. I'm not making this up. You can, like Carrie did it. Even if you don't think you can do a reading, you can do a reading. Isn't that true, Carrie? All you got to do is follow that script.
Yeah, totally. It's scary, but it pushes you over the scared hump, and then you realize that you can do it.
And that's a big part of what I do. I like to scare people and push them over humps. And then Mr. and Mrs. YouTube wanted me to tell you that the sun and the moon are on Earth today. Can we look, Carrie, and see? Let's look at the chart right now.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Somebody bit me last night, a very small little bite. I think I must be sweet because bugs come into my bed and they nibble on me. And here we have the chart right now, as I expected. Look at that. And guess what? Uranus is almost on the moon. Oh my God, Carrie. What is going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you show them the grand trine? So this is what you learned in level 1. See that big triangle she's marking? Start with the sun. So the sun is a circle and a dot. That's in Virgo. See that little M with his legs crossed? That's Virgo. That means that he's in a very grounded position. Now go to the moon. Now the moon is also, it's a perfect trine right now. You guys, this is a perfect moment to buy an astrology class because it's an auspicious time for money because the moon is in Taurus and that's very grounded. And then we have the moon trining Jupiter. Oh my God, the baby we're born right now. That is a perfect, see, all of that is Earth. And what that means in astrology is 3, look at all the Earth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets of Earth. You guys, it's an auspicious day to invest in a new career. If you're looking for something to be when you grow up and you think astrology is just a parlor toy, a parlor trick, you're wrong. It's not a parlor trick. It's a financially valuable tool because everybody needs to know their destiny. It's so important. Just because I have a meeting on Mondays with destiny doesn't mean I knew my destiny. Astrology tells you your destiny. That's really the truth. And that's what you're going to learn in this class. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Danielle. And I have the most remarkable team, including Carrie and Misty and Paulina and Ashley. Let's see how I can do this. And Ocean and Nicole and Kristen. I feel like I'm playing that game, the memory game. And Destiny. Did I miss anybody?
I don't think so.
I almost said Briggs, but we're not going to say that. So anyways, the point being, we have a whole bunch of people in our school and a whole bunch of teachers and a whole bunch of mentors and like even the mentors are.
You missed Malika.
Malika!
Don't forget Malika.
Oh my God, she'd be screaming right now. I'll never forget Malika. We have the most amazing team. In fact, pretty soon today at the end of this meeting, which is, I mean, really, I've been sitting here for days. It's unbelievable when you get a Gemini sitting still. Carrie, I don't know how you do it. At the end of this meeting, we are going to have another meeting with all the mentors where I meet with all the mentors before you come to the school. The mentor studies your chart. But if you're on interview, you can call a mentor for $100. Let's say you're halfway through the interview and you spent 500 and you thought, you know what? I'm so addicted to this. Like, I really see its value. I want to get more information. You call one of our mentors. We've got a slew of them that are tutors. And you say, can you go through the aspects with me? I see those blue lines that Deborah talked about that day when I bought interview, but I don't know what they mean. And then she'll tell you. And it's so simple. We teach it in bite-sized bits like this. Look, aspects, planets, houses, signs. Yeah. An interview is filled with shortcuts of how to learn and lots of information. So you can be sure you're going to end up with that. I can't believe you're live right now. I found your videos on YouTube last weekend. I watched your planet series on the ascendants the whole way through and sobbed. Why did you cry?
I think they meant they subscribed. They subbed.
Oh my God. I'm so
I
glad.
think.
Because probably now, Ollie, you've got the bug. Because I am a drug dealer, but it's a very healthy drug. You fall in love with yourself, you get to know yourself, and it just gets better and better and better. Okay, now guess what I have to do?
Instagram.
Because she's I'm going to do Instagram because Carrie just is a slave driver.
Right.
Carrie, how did you get like that? You used to be so nice to me.
All right. Thanks everyone on YouTube. I put the link in the comments.
Mr. YouTube, hey, Mr. YouTube, don't go. Interview is for you. You want to fall in love with yourself? You want to remember who you are in a really fun way? It's all about you, talking about you, because it's really interesting when you talk. Do interview. It's only on sale till Thursday.